Good morning, Anne.
Good morning, James.
And good morning, everybody. Hopefully, as always, you are all having a wonderful weekend, a wonderful week, whenever it is that you are listening. Here we are again, Anne. Sunday morning.
Yes.
Are you happy to begin?
I am, yes.
Brilliant. Where would you like to start this morning?
In general, really.
Okay.
I had a client this week a gentleman,
Okay.
who is in the same age group as I am, in his 80s. And we were talking about food.
Okay.
Particularly carrots.
Right, okay. Carrots, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he'd been shopping and he was saying that how quickly carrots become spongy now.
They do, yes.
They don't keep.
No.
Well, we used to go to a farm,
Yeah.
or I did when my children were young.
Yeah.
I used to go to a farm and buy sacks of potatoes and sacks of carrots,
Yes.
which would last for weeks,
Yeah.
but they still had the soil on them.
Yeah, fresh.
Yes.
And a big green stalk popping out of the top.
Yes.
Yes.
And you could actually eat a carrot with the peel on,
Yeah.
and it would be delicious. Well, you couldn't do that now because the peel is all wrinkled and horrible on some of them.
Yeah.
So we were comparing the growing of the food, the difference of how far food is travelling as well. So we were trying to work out why it's so different now.
Right.
And we don't have the same nutrients in food as we used to have.
No, there's definitely a difference, even from my childhood, in terms of the taste, the texture, the lifespan of produce, particularly fruits and vegetables.
Yes.
Absolutely. They seem to be duller in colour, softer in touch, and bland in taste.
Yes.
A large part of it, I think you've identified, is the journey that is taking place. So food is travelling a lot further. So it's less locally grown, harvested and consumed within a local area. So produce is travelling a long time, sometimes across the globe. And in that time, it will lose some of its vitality. And also, a large part of it, I feel, is our soil. And the soil across the world and the soil in the United Kingdom is becoming less and less nutrient dense, and the topsoil is becoming less and less in terms of its depth and quality. Quality being its ability to, and its environment to cultivate really nutrient dense crops and produce. Amongst other things in terms of pesticides, chemicals, and everything else that's pumped into and onto food produce as well, plus packaging, particularly plastic packaging. All of this environment, both in terms of literal environment and experiential environment, has led to food being less nutrient dense and less enjoyable, generally speaking. Spongy carrots.
And it's become a problem.
Yes.
It's a problem. And when you're talking, then it makes me realise what was going through my head was
Right.
that if somebody put a plastic bag over my head, I wouldn't be able to breathe, would I?
No.
And that's how we're buying our carrots and things, in plastic bags.
In a sense,
In a
yes.
sense,
Not
yes.
quite airtight like that,
No,
but yes,
but
in a sense.
even so, it's not free, is it? They're not free. Even when they're picked, they put them into something, whereas they used to be loose in a paper bag.
Yes, I understand
That's
your point.
what I'm
Yes.
saying.
I understand, yes.
So, and I do think having something that's been grown in miles and miles away and then flown here, there are no nutrients in it. But
Less nutrients.
Less nutrients. And I think
nutrients.
it's a lot less, to be honest. I'd go as far as to saying probably none by the time we get it. And then boiled it in water, and the way we cook it as well has an effect. But when we were talking about this, and we were looking at we started, not when our children were growing up, we started to look at during the war as children, when food was very limited.
Right, okay.
That what kept us well.
Yeah.
Because we're children, we wouldn't know any different.
Okay.
And although we didn't like it, every child in school would have to queue up to have malt, cod liver oil and orange juice. We used to get fresh
together?
orange juice. No, we used to get bottles a bottle of milk, whole milk,
Okay.
no such thing as skim milk, whole milk.
Well, that sounds rather nice.
It was,
If you
yeah.
like milk and whole milk.
Oh yeah, they were all very good. And the orange juice was pure orange.
Yeah.
Pure orange.
Okay.
The malt, so you queue up, every child queued up, you had a spoonful of olive oil, cod liver oil rather, which tasted horrible.
Yeah, I
To
know.
imagine
Yeah,
as a
yeah,
young
yeah.
child.
Absolutely.
Then you have the malt,
Yeah.
which tasted good.
Okay.
And then you would have this bottle of orange so that you were getting all your nutrients when you went to school.
Yeah.
And then at milk time, you had a bottle of milk.
Okay.
So we were looked after during the war in a way, children.
Yes. I would imagine they were essential for your health in
They
terms
were,
of
absolutely.
calcium, zinc, vitamin C particularly, because of things like rickets and
Yes.
scabies, because of malnutrition
Yes.
and lack of food.
And yet the children are not getting that today in school. And lots of them are not getting nutrients at home
No, that's a good
in
point.
the food.
No.
So it took us that step further as to what's added into foods these days. So we've gone from really a pure diet during the war, because there were no additives, there's no such thing.
Okay, an extremely limited diet during
Yes.
the war. Yes.
Yes.
And a rationed diet.
Yes.
Yeah.
But enough to live on.
But no pesticides,
No
in that
pesticides,
particular
yes.
context. Yes.
To now, we're on diets.
Absolutely. Everything's pumped full of chemicals and
Yes.
preservatives. The vast majority of food, particularly processed food.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
In fact, most things that we put on our plates nowadays.
That's quite scary to think about, isn't it?
For me, it's very, very scary.
Yeah.
Very scary. And particularly, and I love a Marks and Spencer's ready-made meal. You know, some of their meals that I love.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that nobody should eat anything like that. But we also are forgetting what fresh food tastes like.
Yes.
Something that's even a salad.
Something that's locally grown,
Yes.
locally sourced, locally picked and locally consumed.
Yes.
It has that soil on the fruits and veg that you wash off.
Yeah, and it's
It
food,
tastes
isn't
fresh.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah, fresh food.
fresh produce.
So it took us to where did we buy the food from? Where did we get food?
Yeah.
And these memories, really, their memories is that there was only corner shops.
Yeah,
So you had, corner shop was a corner shop. It was a corner of a row of terraced houses.
hence corner shop.
So they weren't very big. So
Yeah.
they couldn't hold a lot of stock.
So this was pre-supermarkets, wasn't it?
Pre-supermarkets.
Which is why you did have corner shops.
Yes.
And I would imagine butchers and bakers.
Yes. Candlestick makers.
Candlestick makers, yeah. Greengrocers,
Yes.
yeah. DIY shops.
So you could, everything from a plug.
Yeah,
You could go out into the local shops and get anything.
yeah,
But individual shops where
Yeah.
you knew everybody.
yeah.
And the first really store, when I think about it, was the Co-op,
Right, okay.
which is
That's
still
interesting.
going.
Yes,
And the Co-op was publicly owned
that's interesting.
and still is.
Yeah,
If you think about it, you still have your divvy from the Co-op. So people used to get a divvy.
yeah,
So when you bought your food there, you got money back.
yeah.
So things have changed an awful lot. So we're then talking. So all of this leads to different things, doesn't it? So we started talking about the things that we take, supplements. So we have food with all additives
Yeah.
in, and then we take supplements on top of
Yeah,
that.
so the modern diet in a way is processed and fast food and takeaways with supplements.
Yes.
So vitamins via supplements and
Yes.
everything else, food fodder.
And that's mad, isn't it?
Not for everybody,
Not
and I'm
for
not
every- I'm not
suggesting
saying
you're
everybody
listening.
does it, no,
But yes, it seems to be more and more the staple diet for most people
yes.
now, give or take, yes.
So that industry is growing, isn't it? The vitamin industry I'm talking about now.
Yes, it is. It's a huge industry in terms of the wellness industry and, food supplements and vitamins.
Yes.
yes, it is. It's huge. I don't know how huge, but globally massive. And within the United Kingdom, huge, absolutely huge.
So my thoughts on this is I do wonder whether that is becoming the same as the pharmaceutical companies. Whether
Right,
that's starting to make a lot of money.
Okay.
So that bothers me because people are very vulnerable.
Yes.
And when we talk about, well, when somebody's poorly, we can influence, can't we?
Of course. Yes.
And say you need A, B, C or D.
Right, okay.
So in a way, I think...
You're talking about people giving advice to other people.
Yes.
In terms of what they need
Yes.
to take. Right. That can be helpful as well.
I think it can be very helpful.
And with good intentions and
Yes.
hopefully in the best outcome, really beneficial.
Yes.
If it's things like vitamin C. You're saying, ideally, we would say get oranges into your diet or some citrus fruits into your diet for your vitamin C.
Yes.
And some sunshine for vitamin D and good source of calcium from milk or cheese or something like that.
That's exactly.
Natural produce.
Yes.
Nutrient-dense natural produce. Obviously, people have different diets and have different food choices. So certain produce and certain products are not available dependent upon your choices. But
Yes.
but generally speaking, we're talking about what generally people can consume.
Yes.
Yeah.
So looking back to what we were talking about, what I was talking about before,
Yeah.
is the full fat milk in school, the
Yes.
orange juice and the cod liver oil.
Absolutely. So that's your calcium, your zinc, your calcium, your vitamin C, your vitamin A, and your omegas, your essential fatty acids.
Yes.
And your fatty proteins.
So looking at it, and I'm a layman in this, I'm not an expert in it.
Yeah, me too.
But looking at it is that what else do we really need apart from those things? And yet everything's being piled in. And, we've got lots and lots of supplements nowadays.
Yes.
But do we actually take the essential ones, or do we take? I mean, we're all guilty of it. I'm not talking about saying that I'm perfect or anything. I take things.
So people taking 20 tablets a day,
Yes.
30 tablets a day as supplements, spending
Yes.
hundreds, thousands of pounds on supplements.
Yes.
In the most extreme cases. Is that what you're talking
That's
about?
what I'm talking about, yeah.
Right, okay.
And getting hooked on them the same as you can on something else. On a medical one, some...
I don't know if they're addictive. Some may be, in terms of...
I don't mean it that I said hooked on, I didn't say addictive.
Okay.
I said hooked on.
Good point.
Yes.
I'm with you. In terms of behaviourally.
Behaviourally, yeah.
Habitually, yes.
Yeah, that you think you can't do without it.
I understand. Almost like an obsession.
Yes.
Yes.
So I think we have to start looking at ourselves for health sometimes. We need to look at ourselves, not let somebody else look at us. Look into ourselves.
It's absurd, really, that the best quality produce for humans in terms of organic that has not had chemicals pumped into and onto them, locally sourced, locally harvested, prepared and ready to eat, quite often, not in every case, but in most cases, is the most expensive.
Yes.
And that which is not as high a quality in terms of nutrients and most likely taste is cheaper. So what is of best in terms of health and enjoyment costs more. That seems back to front to me.
Yeah,
Surely that which is best for people should be made available at the most accessible price point. Surely organic should be the standard for everybody. But if we have a society, and if we choose to have a society, I should say, where we value each other and we care about each other's health and we care about our collective children's health, surely nutrient-dense food, tasty, fresh food, produce, should be the standard and available for everybody.
Yes.
Now, whether people choose to eat something else, that's their choice. But because of price, that doesn't somehow feel logical or fair.
No, it's not fair.
It seems back to front.
Yes, I agree.
That it is easier and incentivized to buy processed foods. That is definitely an area that can change, and to become healthier and happier people needs to change.
Yes. And I think with organic food, I think what a lot of people don't realise is the farmer sells organic food. He only has to have one field that is organic.
Right.
He doesn't have to have all of his farm to be organic. He only needs to have one.
Right.
So,
I don't know.
So what I don't understand is that if you have a field that you call organic, but then you have 3 fields that are not, and they're sprayed.
So you mean it could be cross-contamination?
I think there is cross-contamination.
If the wind doth blow.
But
yeah.
In anything, I don't think there can be anything that is just organic, because obviously everything's in the air. So if you've got a plane that's spraying in pesticides,
yeah,
how far is that spray going from that plane? It must go miles.
I don't know. Well, it will disperse as it travels, like everything in terms of its journey in the air. It will disperse. I don't know the answer to that. This is a hypothetical situation.
Yeah.
But it has real world reality. It has real world consequences, because this is happening now in our world. I don't know in terms of the specifics as to the agricultural side, the scientific side, the theoretical side, and the literal practical side. I don't know. But it seems a good point, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
Because wind blows, and not just that, the water, if it's raining,
yes,
and chemicals are picked up by the rainwater and or streams and rivers, how far do they travel?
Yes.
A report's come out in the last week or two about the quality of the United Kingdom's water again, and it's absolutely diabolical. Absolutely diabolical. It's shocking how poor the water quality is in the United Kingdom in terms of our natural waters and our drinking water. But rivers, lakes, they're becoming ever more contaminated and ever more polluted, which is obviously going to affect our lives. It's going to affect the lives of the wildlife and animals and creatures that live within and graze and drink from these rivers, lakes and streams and such. And the water cycle in general is picking up all of this pollution and toxicity and chemicals and everything else that goes into this toxic soup. And it's frightening, concerning, and seemingly not being addressed, because this has been highlighted a number of times over the last 5-10 years. Way before that, in truth, but certainly in the last 5-10 years, there has been a number of studies and a number of recommendations and fines given out to water companies to do something about this, and it does not feel like it is moving, which I feel links to the food discussion that we're having, because obviously food is nourished by water as well, can't grow without it, and the rain from the sky, but also the rain underground.
And we're drinking it.
Yeah, so the whole water cycle. So to what extent is that water now contaminated? It's filtered as best possible in terms of drinking water, but there will still be trace chemicals, which there are. The same with when pesticides are sprayed into the air, it will be picked up in terms of the waterways, and those waterways will flow into other fields, which you're talking about, may well have organic produce in, or animals in, or both, and it's picked up on and picked up into those produce as well. Everything flows into everything else to varying degrees. We're all affecting everything all of the time. So having the chemicals as part of the process anywhere on the chain of process will affect somewhere else on that chain of process. It's only logical and inevitable. So it seems inevitable we're going to have to remove the chemicals from the process, because eventually there'll be no process and there'll be no topsoil, there'll be no healthy produce, it will just be fodder, there will be no healthy animals grazing, and we will have scorched the earth in terms of what
Yes.
soil that is nutrient dense. We really have a danger with topsoil globally, to be honest with you. The topsoil is such an I cannot stress how vital it is in terms of growth, in terms of what grows and food produced. Topsoil is vital, and there is a crisis to do with topsoil, amongst many other crises across the world, and it needs to be addressed, and we need to address it together.
And what about animals? Are they necessary for the topsoil or not? Animals grazing, do they help the topsoil at all?
Yes, quite often the excrement from animals nourishes the topsoil, nitrogen particularly. Yes, so natural produce like excrement and even dead animals help to replenish the topsoil.
And also the animal itself walking on the topsoil.
That helps to break up the topsoil, as an example, that then releases air and releases chemicals, but also is allowing birds to come and feed on the worms and such, and it allows for cross-pollination. So if there are seeds in the air which are being blown around, animals walking on ground breaks up the ground, so when those seeds land they start to take hold and then they can germinate. Nature is fantastic, and that is an understatement. So when humans step out of the way, or humans instinctively follow what feels right and true, there is this symphony, this beautiful dance and play taking place that cultivates, sustains and regrows life to life, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, born again. It's this wonderful process, but scorching soil and produce with chemicals starts to interfere, and has interfered hugely, I mean enormously, with the process, and it's caused problems. Not resting soil, not resting fields, as farmers have more and more pressure put onto them, so they don't allow a field to fallow for a while it regenerates. So they are blitzing a particular piece of land for 7, 15, 20 years maybe, but then it's lifeless. Whereas wisely giving it time to breathe.
They used to alternate.
For a year, for 2, or a season or 2, gives it the opportunity to really be ready to go again, and therefore sustainable farming, and therefore sustainable system, and regular, and for a long time, not quite indefinite, but a long time, generational food can be produced, not just boom and bust.
So that what you're saying is really is part of us producing all of our own foods in the country, if we can. That we, our own meat or animals in the fields, because they're germinating the ground as well, or whatever they're doing with it, the cows or the sheep or whatever, and then they're providing meat for the people. And I know some people are vegetarians or vegans. I'm not talking about that.
Well, it isn't just meat, it's dairy produce and clothing. And bone
That's
marrow.
what I'm trying to say,
and medicine, many things, many things.
So in a way, we're stopping the circle of life. That's what I'm trying to say.
We've abused the circle of life.
We've abused the circle of life.
To the point of which there would be no life if the abuse continues to such a rate and exponential growth in this area. Yes, there'll be no life. Never mind the welfare issues.
Yes.
How animals are treated and such, and how humans are treated and such. Never mind animals. All of us, how life is treated.
So the Lion King's right.
The Lion King is right. Mufasa. All that the light touches, Simba.
Yeah.
It's the circle
so really,
of life.
It's true, isn't it? It is.
Yes.
We are. And we're doing it
the
ourselves.
Circle of life. Absolutely, yes. It's absolutely true that one day, in terms of Mufasa's wise, life lesson to young Simba, it's absolutely true, isn't it? That, the antelopes that are grazing on the grass one day will pass, and then their body will decompose and then nourish the soil, which will grow the grass, and then their offspring, their children's children will eat that grass again, or maybe sooner than that. Yes, in terms of the physical world, it replenishes itself all the time. Nothing is as life-giving as excrement. No. And you think about that, that's the part that we often pull our face at and turn away from for various good reasons. But in terms of growth, manure is really, really, and that's an understatement, it's absolutely gold for growth, which is why it's used in farming. It's why it's used in planting, because it's full of such goodness. So what is waste, in one sense, is absolute treasure in another sense. And isn't that a wonderful metaphor for life?
Absolutely.
If we apply certain substances or instances or energies or anything in life, literally anything, to a certain circumstance, its utility and its potential is shared and unlocked and brings forth more life.
Yes. And shouldn't every child go and see The Lion King?
In terms of
the message.
The message, yes.
In The Lion King.
I love The Lion King. You mean the film, the stage play? Both?
Both, but the stage play if they can.
Yes.
It's magic.
It is.
It really is magic. And those people in it, you actually forget the humans.
I agree with you, Anne. I love how we've gone from topsoil shortage, danger of no nutrient-dense food, quite quickly, and a swerve into everybody should see The Lion King, and I agree with you. Yes. It is a brilliant play, isn't it? I'm fortunate enough to have seen it 3 times? Twice, 3 times. It's brilliant. It's magical.
It is. Yeah, Simba, very magical.
Simba is alive.
Yeah, I can still remember your face when they walked past the first time.
I know. It really is amazing. Yeah. It is amazing. I love The Lion King. And you're right, the messages in The Lion King are powerful, relatable, timeless, eternal.
And you don't forget them.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very, very deep story.
But talking about the topsoil, I was watching a program.
I just can't wait to be king. Yeah.
On TV the other day, I was watching a program.
Everybody look left. Everybody look right. Everywhere I'm standing.
And it was on a gardening program.
Right, okay.
And we were talking about topsoil. And it was one of volunteers. Volunteers were going to this place, this house, and doing gardening and producing the most beautiful plants.
Yeah.
And what they were doing was they were using cardboard. I found this interesting.
I've heard of this.
So
I haven't seen it yet, but I have heard of it, yes.
I watched it.
Yeah.
And they laid cardboard on top of grass.
Yes.
On top of grass.
Yeah.
And just laid it. And then they wet it.
Yeah.
And it has to be compost, it can't be soil.
Yeah.
And then they put compost on top of the cardboard. So probably about 2-3 inches the compost, that's all.
Yeah.
And then they put the seeds in. It was absolutely wonderful. And then they grew veg and things like that.
Yeah.
And I thought, how wonderful is this? So to allow our own soil to replenish itself, something like that would be wonderful if they used it more, wouldn't they?
Absolutely. And there are many other innovations taking place to do with producing food, helping growth, regeneration of wildlife, rewilding of areas. There is a fight back.
Yes, but still natural.
It's absolutely wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. I am not a particular expert in this area. I do know somebody who is and who would be very excited about this. Paul.
Yes, he would.
Absolutely. And he's learning so much, and he already knows so much about plants and about planting and about pollination. But all of this in terms of the new wave of rethinking and reimagining how we can get the most out of and regenerate soil and life, plants, food, produce. It's so fascinating, and it's vital for moving forwards. It's so vital. Interestingly, and maybe something to finish up upon, just to think about, just this week, it's nearly complete, I read, all but complete, around England, the coastal path, the entire coastal path, a new coastal path has been opened. I think there's only one short section left, But now there is a continuous path all around the coastline of England. King Charles III Coastal Path or Coastal Walk or something like that. That is what it is called. But you can walk around, if you would like, thousands of miles, the entire coastline of England, all the way from Northumbria all the way down, through Lincolnshire and around East Anglia and, Sussex and the Downs, around Cornwall, over the top
they've
Cornwall.
opened it through
and then
Wales
the
and
northwest.
Rill from there. You can go
Well, that isn't England, but I do
Yeah.
think that is maybe a part of it in another way.
Yeah.
What I have read about is a new coastal path celebrating the coastline of England. And I think that's such a celebration because it's a magnificent island, including
Yes.
the whole of the United Kingdom.
Yes.
And it has such beauty and such a rugged, handsome, magnificent coastline and fantastic and wonderful species of life, fauna and flower, wildlife, insects. What a magical island we live on, and the opportunity to walk around it or walk sections of it should be, and we can celebrate that. I'm not talking about politically or any particular person it's named after or anything like that. I'm not getting into that. That's not my point. Is that what a wonderful opportunity in a world where more and more people are locked in, more and more people are spending time staring at screens. Families are not encouraged to get out. More and more people are retreating and becoming introverted. There is the opportunity, even if it was just a small section, even if it was just for 20 minutes, to walk around England's coastline. That's liberating if we choose to see it as such. And what a magnificent island we have. She really
agree.
is a beautiful isle.
I agree, but can I be a little bit political?
We're finishing now, Anne.
And we know we're finishing,
yeah.
and I'll be a little bit political.
Right.
So I'll put it out there. If somebody will give us a centre, a wonderful centre for us to have,
Okay.
I'll walk it.
That isn't political.
It's not political, but
Yeah.
I'll walk it.
You're going to say, I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if somebody will
If somebody says, "Here's the centre," we'll
donate. We'll donate a centre, a community centre for us. Okay, Stride for Truth CIC. Anne is making an offer here that if anybody would like to donate us a fantastic and wonderful centre for us to use, a community centre
to bring all communities
together. We are a community group, Strive for Truth CIC. You can see online all the wonderful community work that we do, and so many people do. Many of you listening this morning and many others volunteer time, energy and skill, talent and enthusiasm.
So, me at 86
you,
will walk it.
Anne, this is on a podcast recorded. You will walk around the entirety of England.
I will, yes.
You do realise, I think, I may get this wrong, but I think it's over 2,000 miles.
I don't care. I'd do it.
You do it. Okay, well, I will do it with you, Anne.
Okay.
We'll have to take the microphone with us to record some podcasts on the way. There you go.
Okay.
This could be history,
That's a
couldn't
challenge.
it? Yeah. We'll see how this ages. Yeah. That would be absolutely wonderful. Yes, we are working towards our own centre, and we'd love to have our own community centre so we can not only continue but grow the community work and projects that we are doing, because we absolutely love it, and we're passionate about it, and we fervently feel and know that it is necessary, and I'm sure that you agree. Well,
Thank
there you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited about that. There we go. I'm going to go and watch The Lion King now.
Right.
Yeah, like everybody else, and then maybe go for a walk, and then go and see how spongy the carrots are in the kitchen.
Yes.
Okay, lots to think about. Have a wonderful Sunday, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend, and as always, we look forward to being with you, speaking with you again next Sunday morning. Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye, bye-bye.